Welcome back to another edition of our weekly webinar series. In today's episode, we're going to focus on the 3 Ps: performance, profitability, and pond balance. But first, let's review our core values, because our core values are the foundation for our success and culture. Our core values are great teams, excellence in every role, green and clean, open culture of trust and accountability, and finally, and most importantly, we want to celebrate our accomplishments. So, as we discussed last week in our part 1 of the 3P series, our long-term revenue drivers are things we can do to increase our performance, profitability, and pond balance for the long run. By building engaged employees, creating customers for life, asking for referrals, increasing your product knowledge, knowing your competitors, and effectively using technology, we will see long-term effects on our revenue. Our reputation is everything. Of course, it starts with being the best at whatever we do and providing amazing customer experience. One way to boost your reputation is by taking advantage of the various types of referrals. We have word-of-mouth referrals. The reason that word of mouth is so important in our business is that 92% of customers say they trust the recommendation of friends and family, and 91% of customers are willing to give you that referral. However, only 11% of businesses even bother to ask for those referrals. Then you have online reviews. 88% of consumers believe that online reviews is just as trustworthy as personal recommendations. So at the end of the customer's visit, ask for the referral, either word of mouth or Google review. Podium allows you to send an invitation for Google reviews, so take advantage of the resources you have in your store. Also, make sure you explain to your customer what's expected and what you would like them to do, and to leave us an amazing review. Social recommendations and sharing on social media channels such as Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn allow you to see and contribute to the conversation surrounding your brand. Sharing valuable content will allow you to build and nurture relationships by interacting with potential customers. We strive to be the best in the world at whatever we do. And to do so, we need to study the game tape. You have to know what your competitors are doing. You need to know how they're treating their customers. You need to know how much they're paying for their items, how much they charge in services, what's on their sales floor, and what are their prices. So chop them in person or phone our competitors often. That is the only way to stay ahead of the game and be your customer's first choice. To grow the 3 Ps, you need to use technology to your advantage. You want to make it as easy as possible for your customers to find you and stay connected with you. The other part of the consumer finding and communicating with you is that you have to be diligent to communicate with the customer the way they want to communicate. One of your customers may want to come in and have a conversation. Some prefer to call over the phone than make the trip. Others want to communicate through messaging. Statistics show that 8 out of 10 consumers want to be able to send a text message and receive text messages from businesses in order to communicate. Now let's take a step back and focus on the basics. Pond qualification. First and foremost, remember borrowing money isn't an easy situation to be in. It's stressful when something comes up and you need cash now. Always put yourself in the customer's shoes to understand where they're coming from. Remembering that the goal for the customer is to make their day better and create a customer for life. That's why we qualify the customer. Do they intend to come back and pick up their loan, or are we going to own that item? Determining the customer's intent is an extremely important part of increasing our revenue. That is why we implement NEHA. If the customer's intent is to pick up the item, we invest to earn pond service charges. If the customer's intent is to sell the item, we invest to earn sales gross profit. In other words, we loan for PSC, we buy for GP. We want to build long-lasting relationships with customers, because in order to qualify their intent, we must talk to the customer. We should always try to get our customers the cash they need. We have the money to help the customer, so it's our job to offer a solution. Customer service is intended to ensure a positive customer experience and to strengthen the relationship between the business and the customer. Now let's talk about compliance. It's not a revenue driver, but it could be a huge revenue drainer. It is important that we follow the rules, regulations, and company policies when dealing with firearms, AML reporting, cash handling, MLA reporting, and ensuring our customer privacy. If we shift our focus from the things we have to do to what is the right thing to do for our customers, as a result, our company will enjoy the benefits of success. And now it's time for a quick recap. Today we discussed in part 2 of the 3 Ps, how to leverage the power of referrals to increase the 3 Ps. We also talked about knowing who your competitors are and how this can help increase our 3 Ps. We discussed the importance of leveraging technology and reviews for more business, and how empathy can make all the difference. We also reviewed how NIHA and Pond Basics are the key to a well-balanced portfolio and the importance of compliance. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of their busy day to listen to another edition of our weekly webinar series. In the end, a business is only as good as the people who manage the ship, and our people is what sets us apart from the rest.